Welcome to the Nomad Network, your first stop for complete and comprehensive Chicago Bears football coverage. Dive deep into analyses, updates, and all things Bears. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today and never miss a beat. Thank you in advance for your support. We promise to bring you the best because together we're unstoppable. Go Bears.
Yo, no maniacs. What does that music sound like now? Chicago Bears are first place in the NFC North, as you can see down there ticking on the bottom. Number 1 seed NFC playoff picture. How does that sound? Can you imagine that we even speaking these words at this point? It's almost unimaginable, but it is imaginable, man. And it's certain people, that really believed in this team all the time. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I'm just like, anything's possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. You never count out your team, man. In any time, I don't care what the situation is. You always give your team a chance. They've proven to me week after week, man. They should be considered serious, and I think everybody in the world does at this point. So, thank you all for being here, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And kids will give out some pleasantries, I guess, here in a second. But, man, welcome into Nomad at Night. It's the first time we did this in a while.
Yes, indeed. Nomad at Night, live and direct on a Sunday night for you. Wow. Don't look now, football geniuses. But your Chicago Bears are first place in the NFC. Crazy, y'all. I was just saying, my God, what a dude, Trip. I was just saying to Nomad in the back. Ain't nobody. There's certain things that no pundit would have called, getting into this season. So number one is the Bears being in first place in the NFC. I don't think anybody in the media of any kind called that one. Here's another one. The Panthers beating the Rams today? No.
Yeah.
I tuned in at the fourth. I was like 31-28 Panthers. You got to be kidding me. What's going on? Wait a minute. That means the Bears are number one. I start freaking out over here. What up, Ralph Love, Liberty's Outlook, FFG? What's going on, all y'all out in the chat, man? It's going to get a little bit live here today because, again, we are going into Lambeau. Ron Winarski, we are going into Lambeau with nothing to lose. All smiles, all the confidence in the world. Let's go beat some Packer ass, shall we? Lawrence Kennedy, what it do? Let's go whoop some Packer ass. Triple R.
I know it feel good, right?
Oh,
it's been a long time, in the making. It was a fun fact that on Black Friday was the 1 year anniversary of firing of the Floos. 1 year, and to go from worst to first, just like that. It's not like selling your team short. It was just, what are your expectations? And I don't think the expectations were to be the number 1 seed in the NFC, by week 13. That wasn't on nobody's bingo card.
Before anybody goes any further, shout out to Ron Winarski for becoming a member. I think he just re-upped his membership, I think. Am I right,
Ron? Maniac Ron Winarski, big ups to you. Thank you for being up, sir. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah. Nobody saw that, flip happening that fast or this fast. So it's definitely not the best from this team yet. So onward and upward. And for this week, FGB, let's rock.
Ron says he saw this coming. I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry. This is a 5-13 team last year, 5-12. I don't know, 5-win team, 10 losses in a row.
I take a little exception to people talking about some and nobody would have thought. Man, I keep telling people.
Come on,
y'all
Nomad.
don't listen, man. Y'all don't listen. I keep telling y'all every year. I told y'all this year, man. On the
Well, yeah, but that's
Oh,
the thing.
brother, you
You say
said it
every
last year
year.
too. When we were
I told y'all.
5-12 last year,
I
though.
told
Like
y'all we got the horses. They just need time to put it together.
you've been saying it, but you
That's not
can't.
consistent with what I've been saying.
I'm just saying, the boy who cried wolf, dog. You know what I'm saying? You can't cry wolf every year, and there's no wolf.
Something about a broke clock being right every so often.
This is
You know what I'm saying?
NFL. In the NFL, just like you just started to show off, Cats. You just started to show off, like, what is the Panthers doing beating the Rams?
Yeah.
Same thing a lot of people saying around the league right now. What are the Bears doing winning? That's because it's a process every single year. You know, it's all that we're gonna be good in a couple more years, man. All that shit was nonsense, man. They could be good right now, and I told y'all we could.
They could be good. What I'm saying.
They are.
I'm gonna keep saying it though. Next year they're gonna be better. So good, better, best, yo. Like next year they're gonna be better, and I know they are because there's little things that Caleb needs to clean up. And when he gets those things clean, he just needs in my opinion, he just needs an offseason to clean them up. When he gets those little things cleaned up, we're going to see a better Caleb Williams. He will be his best in 2026. If somehow the good Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears make it to the end of this, make it to the big dance and take home the chip, oh boy, NFL. It's a problem for the next few years. Like this is dynasty level stuff. Because I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I don't think he's a finished product yet. I think he's got a little ways to go.
He's not a finished product.
This is what I'm trying. This is all I've been trying to say.
That's beside the point. And by the way, Ralph Love is behind enemy lines up there in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Oh,
the Sheboygan people.
You know, you don't have to be like every time I hear somebody say, you know, Caleb still ain't where he needs to be. Fuck no, he ain't. But when you got a team built around you, now, like I keep thinking every time this conversation comes up, I think about that team with Trent Dilfer played with the Ravens. They could barely move the ball if it wasn't running the ball, but they were efficient. They made first downs when they needed to make first downs. They wasn't shit on offense, but that defense kept them in games and won games for them. You couldn't. Pretty much, if you scored 14 points, that if you get 7 points, you were lucky on that Ravens team. This ain't that defense. I'm not comparing the two, but what I'm saying fundamentally, how you win games, you don't have to have a quarterback that's all world right now to win the Super Bowl. You can win the Super Bowl with the quarterback at this point.
So that Trent Dilfer Ravens team is a good example. The 85 Bears are kind of a good example. There's a smash mouth football can win you a Super Bowl, period. Like that we established that many moons ago. I'm just saying that, yeah, we can possibly go to the big dance with smash mouth football, and that's the thing. And if we win, I'm just putting the world on notice now. When the quarterback catches up, it's lights out. It's a major problem for the NFC. It's a major problem for the NFL. I'm just saying, he just has a couple of things he needs to clean up. That's all. He's in his second year. There's a couple of little things the guy needs to get, and I think we can all agree when he gets those little things wrapped up into a bow, holy cow!
Nobody's arguing that. What I'm saying is he can do what he needs to do in the situation that he's in right now, still with those flaws going on, and we can win.
No, you're right. You're like, again, like I can't refute that. Smash Mouth can win you a championship. It can't. I have to big up Ron Winarski right now, not just for reading up his membership, but like, can we give a little bit of love to North Kakalaka?
North Kakalaka.
The Panthers, I don't know why people sleep on them. The Panthers are tough.
Oh, I ain't talking about the way they play football. I'm talking about as a general statement. So They made the big trade with us to get us Caleb Williams and get us you know what I mean? Like we've taken so much from Carolina over the past little while, including the #1 spot today off of their back. So like I think the Carolina Panthers, regardless as to whether they're a burgeoningly good football team, I think they deserve a little bit of extra love. A little bit of extra love, a handshake, a high five from the Chicago Bears fans out there. I just got to put it out there like across the board. Because if it wasn't for Carolina, making that trade, allowing us to fleece the daylights out of them, and again, beating the Rams, we'd be in the second spot. But now we at the tippy top of the mountain, baby. Looking down.
And we for the first time, that kind of went by. We were so happy and giddy about where we were during game time. We kind of glossed over the fact that we had 2 100-yard running backs in one game. That's the first time since 1985. Kyle Monangai, DeAndre Swift. That's a milestone. You know, we haven't had a running back duo that effective in a while. Obviously, 1985, man. You do the.
It was at Walter Payton and Matt Suey.
Was it Suey or Neil Anderson or somebody? I don't know.
Dennis Gentry.
No, Neil Anderson's the next year, but Walter didn't play quite as much.
Probably was Dennis Gentry.
Dennis Gentry or Matt Suey? Which one? No Maniacs. All you heads that been down for a long time that watched it live. All you archivists that are there. Who was that? Was it 2 100-yard running backs in the same game? We know Sweetness was one of them. Was it Gentry? Was it Neil Anderson? Or was it Matt Suey?
It was Matt Suey. Neil Anderson didn't really start to get the rock until, Smitty Q saying it's Matt Suey. Saren Collins is saying it's Matt Suey. Neil Anderson didn't start getting the rock until 86. And he took over the front running spot when Walter started to feel, the ailings was starting to kick in. Wow. Look at them boys go. So the Raiders jumped up early in that draft and got themselves a running back. He's a bad MF. His name is Ashton Genty. And personally, I was all over. I said, man, Bears, you probably should trade it up and did something to get yourself a run.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second now. They said, wait a minute. And they pull a running back out in the 7th round. And his numbers, feel free. I'm not the one to do the statistical comparison at this time. I'm just a happy lad. You know what I mean? So feel free to do it. But right now, your boy Kyle Monangai might be making that #1, that number 5 overall pick look a little bit lackluster, for lack of a better thing to say. So if I'm right, he's got at least one more 100-yard game than the other guy does.
You know what? I think we gotta stop again, man, and make sure that we give all due respect to the damn offensive line, because neither one of them would be doing shit without him.
Oh, you're damn straight.
Because early in the season, Jonah Jackson, was kind of like, hey, what's up with this Newman kid? The way Jackson was playing. And Tooney, he's been solid, pretty much the whole time. And Dahlman had to get it together like the first game or two. But since they've solidified and began to gel, they've been moving the crowd. No mistakes allowed. They haven't been opening running lanes. They've been running interstates. I move my fat ass through there. So the way they're doing it, then Monangai runs hard after contact. And Swift, who has had the rep of being the outside zone guy, has been having these inside holes. And so the offensive line, the running backs, as well as the schematics, because I saw one of the breakdowns where they highlight players, and it's like the fullback is going this way, which is a tight end. Then the wide receivers cutting back this way, then the guards pulling that way, and then the misdirections going that way, and then the ball's going this way. And it's like, wow, there's a lot going on there. So it takes time to learn that as a team, as players. to get that timing down, to be in the right spot, to pick up your man. And this past, Black Friday, there was a hat on a hat for all the offensive linemen damn near every play. And also a shout out to Darnell Wright for serving up those pancakes on Jalen Carter.
Man,
Real quick, let me shout out to Sharon Collins because he mentioned me. He says, Nomad, Poles had a plan. He had some wins and he had some losses, but overall his plan is coming to fruition. And you know what, man? Thank you for that comment, Sharon. Let me add to that because, man, on this channel and in all other podcasts, the reporters and all the people on these networks, and man, Ryan Post has caught nothing but smoke for a long time now, especially when he doesn't do the things that, the public wants him to do or the media wants him to do. He catches smoke at the smoke. He catches smoke here on the channel. Me and these guys have got into damn near fist fights about that, because it's just like, man, you have to give someone time, even when you don't agree with what you see going on front facing, right? Even if you don't agree with it, it's always something in his mind, the right reason to do something. And it's something longevity tied to it or tethered to it most of the time. And, shit don't work out all the time. You got your Valus Joneses of the world. You have your, what's his name? Nate Davises of the world. You got your Chase Claypools. Everybody's nobody's 100%. And I've tried to defend him here, and I've given him smoke.
you tried to defend all three of those guys too, but keep going.
And I still would now. You know what I mean? It's just when things don't work out, I think people hit the panic button so fucking quickly in this town, and it's just because of all the residual and all the scars of the past. People keep comparing everything to the past. Like, that's yesterday, bro. That's yesterday. And so, he's got good media right now. He's getting good press, and that's going to happen when you win. And when you start making moves in the offseason and start working out for you, draft picks to start working out for you, you're going to get some positive press. And so shout out to Ryan Post, man. Get a man his flowers.
Yeah, I do that with a chagrin. I have my problems with Ryan Post, but let me give the man the respect that he does deserve. I don't know, by hook or by crook, this thing's working. So whether it's Ben Johnson, which I think is probably the biggest piece to all this, whether it's the offensive line, which is another massive piece to all of this, it all falls underneath Ryan Poles. So at the end of the day, when it works, the GM is going to take all the accolades. He's going to get the accolades he deserves in this situation, just like he gets all the fucking smoke when it ain't working. Mm-hmm. So thank goodness that it's working right now, man, because Ryan Poles, you're looking like you're don't stink. And I'm not about to tell you that it does.
Well, I think the worm turned when President Warren came in and was like, hey, George, you're going to have to step, homie. Let's let the football people do their football thing. You're going to sit in the tunnel, cheer, sit in the owner's box, whatever you billionaires do. But leave the management and the hirings to the people who are you charge to do that, you pay to do that. And enter Ben Johnson. What is it, $13 million a year, something that this franchise has not done before, as far as shelling out that kind of coin for a first-time head coach. It's like, what? Early in the season, the stumbles, but it's coming together. It has to develop. You got to give it time, but microwave society, instant gratification. We want it now. But now where we are a few weeks later, it's like, okay, get Ryan Poles. We see your 2025 draft class all participating that are on the roster. We see how the young guys are developing with the free agents that you brought in. Shout out.
You know what? I got to say this, man. And it's starting to, how the story kind of filters out after the fact. Most of the time, you get the more developed version of the picture. So looking at some reporters from Las Vegas, right? And this is where I'm going to give Ryan Poles a whole lot of credit. And I'm not saying he was the only guy in that room, but he was the only guy in that room that made the ultimate difference. The Las Vegas Raiders really wooed Ben Johnson, they were ready to roll out the red carpet and open up the checkbook for him. Like literally open up the checkbook damn near to a blank. That's where I understand. I'm talking about qualified Raiders reporters. It was way more attractive for him to go there and probably make a lot more money in that contract to go with Tom Brady, go with Al Davis Jr., whatever his name is, the son. Go out there. That opportunity was way more lucrative for Ben Johnson, the way I hear it. But Ben Johnson came here one time and was so impressed with Ryan Poles from what the Raiders are saying. What the Raiders are saying, talking about Ryan Poles and talking about what he's been doing so far, putting this team together, the facility, and all this different stuff that came along with it. But at the end, what came across to me as the most important piece was the way Ryan Poles ingratiated Ben Johnson here in the situation. He was just like, you the missing piece to us putting, really, really taking this franchise to a new direction. We believe in what you do. We believe it'll work here in Chicago in particular. We don't really want anybody else. It's your job, basically. So you got to give that man, there's some ingratiation that happened that, you got to give him some credit for that. That's a lot. We really got a really, really good coach, and we barely got him.
I don't know about that, and I think Dude All kind of nailed it, man, in the chat. So Dude All saying,
hold on, I'll get to it.
You got it. Well, I got it.
He's
saying Raiders didn't have the roster or the quarterback. Ben had a chance to go anywhere. I know Ben Johnson is a massive Cubs fan. He has a little bit of a tie to this city as it stood before. So without that quarterback to really lead the charge, going over to the Raiders would have been a cash grab, sure. But what do you have on the roster besides Max Crosby? Like, you know what I mean? Like him getting before Ashton Genty, you have a tight end and a defensive end. Like that's the entire roster, which is a problem if you're coming in as a brand new coach, especially looking at the fact that they've been firing coaches left, right, and center over the past 5 years.
Oh, gone.
You know what I'm saying? Like John Gruden he's still paid. You know what I mean? He's still being paid off of that Raiders money that they fired him with. So
what up, Samo?
Hey, Big Sam, bro. We #1 in the NFC, Big Sam. Bro, so that's why I was like, I even when folks were saying Tom Brady's really in it trying to get Ben Johnson, I didn't see it because the other aspect to this all, which nobody will really talk about, is being right next door to your old coach and getting the opportunity to stick it to the old team is a whole other thing, right? It's a whole other thing that he probably really also wanted to do. And I saw some reporters ask Motor City DC this week, how does he feel about what's happening with Aaron Glenn out in New Jersey, and what's happening with Ben over in Chicago? What are your thoughts on those guys? And he had nothing to say. Not only did he have nothing to say, he kind of put his head down as soon as he heard the word Ben. Like at first it was Aaron. He was like, "Oh yeah, Aaron's doing good stuff over there." And then Ben came and was like, "Oh, and he kind of changed the subject, which I could totally respect, man. Because Ben Johnson is the
if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm human as hell. I'm likely going to go wherever that money is. And so shout out, credit to Ben Johnson, credit to
but Doug, he had the time, he had the chance to go chase money the year before, and he didn't do it either, right?
Well, we don't know what that money is. This I know was a much more.
I don't think this was a money. For him. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know the guy at all.
I can only speak to what I know.
Go for it.
I know this is a veteran. This is a very veteran reporter that I know when he says he has connections to, inside guys. I know it. You can just tell. I can just know sometimes. This motherfucker turned down big, probably double the contract he's getting here. I would just guess.
Wow. He's getting a big contract here. I'm sure he would have got paid over. I'm sure he would have got paid over there, but he's getting a big contract here. They opened the purse strings for Ben Johnson, and hate to throw this smoke, considering we're talking about throwing smoke and things of that nature, but Matt Eberflus the worst possible choice for coach ever? Like, a year removed to the day, my boy is fired. We're number one in the NFC. Like this speaks volumes as to how bad this homie really was. He was not good, y'all. What a poor selection.
And there's many players on this roster that are more of a fit for that regime previous.
They still here.
Yeah. And this coaching staff, why coaching matters, is getting the best out of, practice squad guys and street free agents. Something that, we haven't seen from a coaching staff around these parts. They got to have the top talent to have any sort of success.
Man, you know what? Either way it goes, there hasn't been very many moves Ryan Poles has made. I'm talking about since he's been here. It's been a couple I would probably quarrel with, but I can definitely see the direction he's trying to go with the moves that he's making. Given the coaches that he had here in that last regime, that was very effective to his, how people view Ryan Poles. You know what I mean? People, I still to this day don't believe that was Ryan Poles' first pick as a coach. Matt Eberflus. I still don't believe that to this day. That's just me. They came out and refuted that several times, but ain't no need in kicking that dead horse. It's over with.
He doubled down on that though.
I don't. What else are you gonna do?
You're gonna fire his ass, bro. You fire his ass.
The owner made me take him. What the fuck you gonna say?
No, you don't say that. If that's how you got in the mix, cool. But in year 3, when it's clear and obvious he sucks, and you're gonna go get a quarterback, you fire his ass. Instead, he said, "That's the guy I selected. That's my guy." And he came out and he said, "That's my guy, my dude. He's terrible, dude. He's not your guy." You know how I know? Because Ben Johnson's your fucking guy. That's the guy. He's the best. Football psycho rules. I love him. I love this man.
You know why he looks so good out there? And he hasn't been perfect as well. Sometimes I'd be like, sometimes there's some of the calls he make at different points in the game. I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. But that's me sitting on the sideline with, being a armchair damn coach. But his sense of rhythm of the game, like he has a great sense of what to do right now in this moment, as opposed to Matt Eberflus, man, and whatever was going on. I remember that time when I was talking to you behind stage, Kez, and I was just like, this motherfucker's calling plays, talking about Flus. Remember that?
When? What about you talking about Ben Johnson?
No, we're talking about Flus about a year ago. We was behind this. I was like, man, I think this dude is
calling when you were saying you thought he was calling the offense.
Yeah. When Getsy started getting in all that hot water, I think he was calling the offense. That's when he had he shouldn't have had the
headset on
over his face and stuff when that was clearly supposed to be the offensive coordinator making them calls, and he was the one doing it. And so anyway, he didn't have a feel for the game. Defensively, he didn't have a feel for the game unless they were in the red zone. Now, the Bears' defense in the red zone was stellar the whole time Flus was here. But in the rest of the field, just way off with the way he plays.
Now, we've given Coach Football Psycho his love. Now, how about a little shout out to Dennis Allen?
Okay.
Because he's making the most out of what he has, because that side of the ball has been injury riddled. But it helps having, Kevin Byard leading the league in interceptions. And they shine right up there with takeaways as well. So the way that they're coaching them up, the way that the linebackers are stepping up, Booker is coming up, JTS is getting more shine. He just got here. So they are on both sides of the ball, got good game plans, good adjustments in game, and are good at coaching up the players. Both sides of the ball. Let's fucking go.
Bro, we ain't got no linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just testament to how well this coach has come through, taking over that defense and continued it to be successful. Did we have linebackers throughout the better part of the season? Yeah. Guess what? kind of turned Tremaine Edmonds from a massive question mark to a exclamation mark, back to a question mark, being, is he any good? Oh shit, he's real good. Are we gonna sign him again? Like that's like exactly the way that goes. Yeah, man, these two coaches, and it's so funny because when we started this thing out this offseason and we're looking at like who could we get as a defensive coordinator and potentially who could we get as a head coach. These were the two guys that both me and Nomad were like, yep, these two guys would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fell out in New Orleans. He'd be the perfect DC to take things over, runs things a little similar, but he's aggressive. And, like, we were the last thing from aggressive on defense. I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see it. So I started watching some film, and I was like, okay, yeah, now I could really see it. This would work. And Ben Johnson's got the offense. There's no questions about that. I wonder if he's a leader of men. Well, think we might have the answer to that one.
Well, have you ever seen a locker room cheer for a grown man's nipples before like that?
You know what? To put an exclamation point on that thing with Dennis Allen, I'll go back to the whole off-season conversation about Tremaine. I saw that one coming. I was just like, okay, to be honest with you, in my head, I felt like TJ, because we weren't going to be in a zone-based concept all the time and cover 2 a lot, cover 3 a lot, the reason to have a big, tall middle linebacker like Tremaine Edmonds, you can damn sure make a case for that under Flus in his scheme and his style of play, because he's got to take care of the middle of the field all the time. But in Dennis Allen's defense, I knew that it wasn't a shoe-in that he would be middle linebacker, because why would he be? Okay, if you want him at middle linebacker, fine, but you're going to get more out of him when he's off the ball and doesn't have the dot on him. Talked about the shit all off season, and he's having a Pro Bowl fucking season.
Brother, I was right there with you, saying the same thing, thinking as much as I razz Tremaine Edmonds, I had a feeling he was going to come into this season free and do stuff like he used to do in Buffalo. And that's all we've seen. Like, I can't wait, y'all. If we're getting into the playoffs and this defense is fun, man, if this defense is finally at full strength, full health, and we jump into the playoffs, we make the playoffs, that's some serious business right there.
Hey, I got to make a little correction here. I guess that's FFG. That's his government name up in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying anyone questioning why the DB coach is the assistant head coach. Well, that is not correct. It's Antoine Randall, the assistant wide head coach, is the wide receivers coach, whereas the defensive back coordinator, Al Harris, he is the passing game coordinator.
So what they're doing, to answer, because I had a couple questions in there. People was talking about, possibly getting coaches poached. That's one of the byproducts of success, bro. Just get used to it. You'll have some guys that, I'm not going to say one of these guys will end up being a head coach. Matter of fact, let me just pull it up.
Look.
Let me just hold on. Let me pull it up.
We win the Super Bowl, somebody's going.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think Al Harris would be first.
Okay, Paul Martin says, I wonder if we could lose Randall L for possible head coaching job in the offseason. Wouldn't shock me if Tomlin is out in Pittsburgh if they target Randall L to succeed him. That would be wild. We got Terrence Williams trying to get in here, and he keeps popping in and out, and I don't see him now. So when I see your camera, Terrence, I'll give you a chance to give me a thumbs up and let me know if you're ready. But right now, you're just popping in and out. We see you. Well, you just going in and out. But that's I think Tomlin, his days are numbered in Pittsburgh, and I think this season is.
Well, how are they gonna blame Tomlin on this season on Tomlin?
I blame it on whoever is making the calls at getting personnel. Man, they just
this is clearly like an Omar Khan level situation. It's not a Tomlin thing. You know what I'm saying? You coach what you have available, the personnel you have. He's got 40-plus-year-old or whatever it is, Aaron Rodgers at QB. He got sacked so hard today, I didn't think he was coming back. But he came back
around bloody and around the facial area.
His nose was bleeding. His arm was hurting. It was not a good scene. But he's a little bit elderly, and they need to do something at quarterback, and they've kind of avoided doing so. TJ Watt also got hurt in the game. There's no way they were pulling that game out. Plus, it was against the Buffalo Bills, who are not playing good football as of late. I don't know what's going on with the Bills. They probably should have lost that game. You know, I don't know. I don't know how anybody could put that on. They're 7-4 right now, right? Like, I don't know how you put that on Tomlin. They should be. That team should be losing a lot more football games.
Well, the thing is, Tomlin's been there a long time.
Yeah.
And they've been like pretty kick-ass through the season, but get to the playoffs and then get their asses kicked. And so you can only go through that so many times before it's like, yeah, we got to change something.
I could tell you what it is. You guys can agree with me, disagree with me, it don't matter. One of my best friends in the world, he's a diehard Steelers fan. Diehard. And I told him this, man, and when he gets quiet, I know the shit landed. Whatever I said landed. So he's talking about this shit, the exact same conversation, Trip, the exact same conversation. I said, you know why they losing, man? Once they changed the rules, the reason why Tomlin had an advantage is because he had the spiciest, nippiest, chippiest MFers that will go right to the edge of you fucking just violated me kind of football players. They had fucking animals on that team when he got there, and they got more and more as his tenure went. But when they changed the rules about, how you lay a hit on somebody, and the rules, like you couldn't really run a slant against a old Mike Tomlin Pittsburgh Steelers team. Run a slant against them, run a slant against them animals if you want to, and see what happens to you. They'll destroy you. Anybody on that team, anybody on the Ravens old teams, anybody on the Bengals old teams, those cats will F you up. And they don't have that to their advantage anymore. They would absolutely intimidate teams. Since they don't have that going for them, since they changed the rules, the hitting rules, the personal foul rules, that team ain't been the same since. Well, I don't know if y'all noticed that.
I like I say, I can't. I'm not going to sit here and say yay or nay to that particular comment. I am going to say that traditionally that team makes the playoffs. They are in a very tight division. This year, a little bit less tight, which is strange. I don't suspect that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to make the playoffs. I don't necessarily suspect that the Cleveland Browns will either. So they've got an opportunity to do it. I think they may be able to secure a wild card spot, and I think that saves Mike Tomlin's job.
So you don't think there's a difference between what Troy Polamalu
No. There's definitely
to what they could do to a quarterback back then versus
no. I wasn't going to go down that road, because you're not wrong. 1,000,000,000%. The whole league has shifted since then, right? The entire league has shifted. Regardless, Mike Tomlin didn't play a winning football. There. It's Tomlin's fault because he hasn't been involved with the NFL. He still wants to win by 3 points with defense and running football. He's still smash mouth mentality is really what Sam's saying.
I mean, that's the same way. What's his name? Harbaugh is up in LA. Same freaking way. Football don't change in that regard. You can still do that and win it. You know what I mean? But if you keep having those close games and that's the way you want to play football, you haven't had to develop passing game, which is what Sam was probably trying to speak to. You haven't done what you need offensively to develop your offense's passing game. If you can't run the ball, then you're stuck.
Yep.
It wouldn't be out of the ordinary, let's say, for this freshman coaching staff to get coaches fired around the league. Who was the first one? Dayball out there with the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Fired after the Bears game. And wasn't there another one?
Well, definitely Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly went down.
Wait, I didn't get the question, Trish. What'd you say, bro?
Are
I'm
we getting
saying,
head coaches fired? Are we getting coaches fired?
yeah, that's what Ben Johnson is out here doing, getting head coaches fired from other teams.
Hey man, that's them. That's their problem. But man, dude, this all I know is this team right here, the formula that they're developing, and it's starting to look more and more like what Detroit was doing in Detroit, running the ball heavy and just pounding you until you can't do nothing about it, and you just got to accept it. That's what it's starting to look like. And the more and more that offensive line gels, and the better and better they get playing together, the more and more Ben Johnson will script up the plays to feature the offensive line. That's what he's doing. He's featuring right now the very right side of the offensive line. That means between Darnell, Jonah, and the center, they are destroying things over on the right side. Not saying that they ain't getting it done on the left side, but not quite as well as they're doing it on the right side.
Hey, no, Matt. Question. Now that you got 2 games of history, how's Ozzie looking at left tackle?
Better and better. I still ain't seen no all 22 yet, but yeah, he looked good just on the front facing part of this game, but he looked good last week, except for in the running game. But he was better in the running game a little bit this week.
So do you think Theo comes back against Green Bay, or is that Ozzie's job to keep?
No, I think that ship can sail. I don't think you mess with it now.
I don't know what to say. All depends on what you want to do.
That was their plan in the first place, Trip and Kid.
It should have been their plan, bro. They drafted a kid.
It just didn't work out early. That's all.
They drafted a kid at number 2. If you have that number 2 and he starts to work out at the position, the intention was always to keep him at the position. So I can see Theo Benedict losing his gig just out of the unfortunate realities of being hurt. Even with that being said, Theo, you done made yourself a bunch of cash, whether it's with the Chicago Bears, whether it's with anybody but the Green Bay Packers.
I'm proud to Sean Wright.
Yeah, he's done the same thing too.
If they part ways with Braxton, and by the way, welcome in Terrence Williams real quick.
TDW,
Terrence, being here, bro.
Yeah, what's up, brothers?
What's pretty good, man? Let me just get you right on into the conversation.
We got you.
In my opinion, if the way Theo's played football, they ought to offer him something decent in the offseason if the plan is to part ways with Braxton Jones. If the plan is to part ways with Braxton Jones, you still need a swing tackle.
I would keep him.
That's what I would say.
Whoa, so wait a second. I want you to say what you just said again.
If the plan is to part ways with Braxton Jones, I would offer Theo a nice contract in the offseason.
Oh, for certain. I don't think I think that has to be on the docket, right? Before you even consider letting him go or trading him for some level of capital, which I think you can do. I would definitely be looking at signing him as your long-term swing, because the minute that Braxton Jones was removed from that position, this team flipped. We lost 2 games in epic fashion and then took over the NFC. So Braxton Jones got to go. I don't think there's any questions there. The question for me is like, what do you do with Karan Amagaji? That's my question, to be honest with you. It ain't Braxton got to go.
The answer to that is keep working on them. That's what you do. Be patient. The same thing people were saying about Dom Rob. Keep working.
Well, but that's a thing though. You can be patient, but Amagaji just can't stay on the field.
Yeah.
Long enough to get solidified in any position. And I don't know if it's getting to the point yet, because this is Amagaji's second year or third year? Second year, right?
Third. Like, this will be third year.
Okay, so but he's still on the contract, so it's not like he has to go. But is he still a team fit? Is he?
No. This is Karan's second year, right?
This is year 2. This is year 2 for him. Yeah, he's pretty much a write-off for this year, but the following year will be year 3. So yes, you can keep him for that season as well. You let go of Braxton, and I'm with you, man. I would like you don't even, to be frank, I'm not even sure if you have to like do anything with Theo from a contractual perspective. You just keep him.
What you
Yeah, I
think?
mean
What you
that
think Braxton Jones
because
worth?
he's a good swing, or you trade him for he was a UDFA, so if you could get a kid suggested a third rounder for him,
Yeah,
that wouldn't be horrible, and then you draft
I think
another left tackle and develop him.
I
Because I
think
think this is what we have to
that's what I was thinking.
do now is look at how teams in this position, young teams have grown, and it comes from flipping guys that don't fit you anymore or that are priced out, getting those comp picks and drafting well and coaching and developing well. And we've gotten a lot of this going with this staff now, so we just have to just keep it up and just keep churning for capital.
shout out to Calvin C. I ain't seen my boy in a while. Boy, what up?
What up,
Up in
Cal?
West Virginia, man. This might come down to a situation where, okay, if the phone rings, you want to keep, if you can keep Theo Benedict, you're going to keep him. But if you, depending on how much you care about the guy, or you think he should get another opportunity elsewhere, you might do the human thing and say, you know what? Let him go somewhere and we get something out of him. Let him go somewhere and give himself a chance to start. He sees himself as a starter. And I know that's sounds to a lot of people like that's a little too ethical. But to me, ethical is right. Sometimes it's worth doing something like that.
What do you think he worth?
Depending on what team calls. I might give up a 4 depending on how bad my season went, how injured my offensive line was, and how bad my tackle situation is. I might give up a 4th, man.
You'd give a 4th rounder for a starting left tackle.
4th rounder.
How generous of you. You know what I mean? You say I'm the one who's pinching nickels and shit. I'm just saying.
You gotta be realistic, though, man.
You don't. The realistic thing is the kid came out, the whole thing flipped. All of a sudden, the run game works on the left-hand side. He's a viable left tackle in the league. Like, tell me he isn't. You know what I'm saying? There's folks who have turnstiles at that position. It is a key linchpin position in the NFL. You might want to throw a number 3 for that. I ain't saying a 1st rounder or a 2nd. That's crazy. You can go get your own.
Rich because it's
But a 3rd?
Canada, man. Stop it, man.
And like
pinching motherfuckers.
Why does it have to be because he's raised in Canada?
Is he doing it because it's Theo Teletroop trips, man? He's just doing it because it's Theo.
No, I'm doing it because
if
this was Braxton Jones and Braxton Jones was actually playing good football at the left tackle position, I would be saying go get a 3rd for Braxton Jones. But he ain't. And he
here's
didn't.
the thing though, kids, Nomad, Terrence, and chat. Theo is in a little different position than Nashawn Wright. Nashawn Wright is just straight up free agent. I believe Theo is still under contract, but even if he wasn't, he was a UDFA. So the amount that you can offer him to be a fair market contract, I think, will be less than what he could get on the open market at left tackle. We won't be able to retain Nashawn Wright because he's going to make too much money on the free market. And we'll get that comp pick and take that though, and so if Theo leaves, it's about the comp picks or trading them for picks because now you gotta start turning the roster over and getting the compensation for the guys that that you will be replacing or can replace. And then now you got to look at just like, oh, well, we need cornerbacks. We need some, another edge, maybe D-line. So we need stuff still. It's not just one position away with this team. So, it's still about resources.
Time out before you go. Time out 1 second, y'all. Ron Renarski, I don't know what's going on. I seen you earlier say something about you can't see the chat or you couldn't see your chat or something. Trust me, it's not nothing anybody's doing over here.
I can, and I quoted, I messaged it too. Like I can see your I can see your tweets, Ron, or your chats. I can see them.
I don't know what's going on with that. I think I got a slight. I figured out something with this whole thing. It's something going on while it's two streams running right now. I'm sorry about that, Terrence, but it's two streams going on right now, and you know we gotta remember that's a little dissatisfied with what's going on. Trust me,
Is
it ain't
that what's
nothing we
going
doing.
on? Is the second stream maybe somehow interfering?
He's probably in the other stream, and he's seeing it on
I
his
see him
end.
in the main stream, bro.
I don't know.
Like I see his chats, and I quoted him and and chatted him back saying, "Hey, Ron, I can see you, and I can see your stuff."
Matter of fact, Ron, we see everything you're saying, and we're putting them up here. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you're seeing them, but everything
I'm watching it on you. I'm checking it on YouTube though, Nomad. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing it on YouTube too. Like
right.
Membership ended for good. Like that's Ron. I can see Ron's. I can see what he's saying.
Yeah, it's like Minister was saying he had a problem with the chat, and I could see his chat.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe like I have an idea actually about what it might be, and I'll hit you in the private chat about it, man. But let's get back to brass tacks.
All right. But hey, Terrence, you haven't had a chance to say, man, we got a bunch of mildly MFers here, including me. Go ahead and speak your piece, bro.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
yeah, brother, we got you.
You will.
Okay. My thing is that when the draft come up, I'm not touching nothing but the offensive line and the defensive line. You got to be an inside out. We need pass rushers. I think a couple of players on offense. You're pretty set what you got right now. You just need a couple more players to add on the line. The D line is what I'm focused on. The cornerbacks, they got to make a tough decision who they're gonna keep and who they're gonna let go. Because Rice is playing off, so they got to make a decision with Johnson. CJ, I wouldn't let him go. I'll sign him. He's a bulldog. Other than that, I wouldn't touch the running back. I wouldn't even look at no running back in the draft. You got what you got right there. You got Swift and the other guy, and that running game is it's gonna cause some problems. We got the number one seed. The cards is in our hand. Punch Green Bay in the mouth, then go down there and pop the Browns off, then come back and punch the Packers off. The 49ers, I'm not scared. What I seen today, them teams don't scare me. What's hard? What schedule is hard? Everybody, 32 teams are good in the NFL. So we can't help who we got on the schedule. That's all I got to say. It's going to be some problem. We get in, it's going to be a problem. Especially we get that number one seed, it's a wrap. I'm looking at Super Bowl, fellas.
Hold on, man. I'm responding to kids, and I shouldn't be saying that out loud, but that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Y'all go ahead.
I like that you said that you shouldn't be saying it out loud. You're learning.
Hey, man, stop it, man.
You see,
you know I'm an open book, you bastard.
Yes, you are, sir. Yes, you are. Anyways, TDW, I'm with you, man. I kind of see what you're saying, and I just double checked as well, and this is why I was teasing you in the first.
I'll turn it off and see what happens, man.
That might help, but Scrolls is right. I just double checked that the second stream is basically up and running, and folks are watching on the second stream. There's a couple of heads over there, so. Long story short, if you're in, I guess the easiest way to put it, if your stream is horizontal, is that right? No, vertical. If your screen is vertical, like for a smartphone, you're in the wrong stream. Try and jump into the other stream.
All right, now you go ahead. Now anybody who had problems with seeing their chats, if you couldn't see it before, say something now. Just say check 1 2 whatever. And if you see them, if you might see something different now, that anybody can come inside and chat.
All right. Okay, cool. So Terrence, honestly, you're looking towards the right things. I think we really have to, in my opinion, you probably you probably really just hit 3 positions in this coming draft. You can still get another. I wouldn't be mad if you get another late round running back, though. I wouldn't be mad at it. But really, or again, a running back in free agency, low wallet share. I ain't talking like the Derrick Henrys of the world. We don't need that. But like a third running back wouldn't be terrible. What we desperately need, I think, 2 pass rushers and a linebacker and a cornerback, right? Maybe a safety, like somebody in the secondary. Because wow, I don't think anybody expected the secondary to be as decimated as it was this season. We could probably use a little bit more depth there, but look at what we found, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we found Deshaun Wright out of the like diamond in the rough style. Like this was not supposed, and it wasn't that way in weeks 1. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really supposed to be this way, but he's played admirable football. Is he the greatest corner on the planet? I don't know, but he sure looks that way sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
But somebody said there in the chat that, well, it's not even an option. We got to sign they shine right back. But that's the problem. Money. Because there is a cap, sure, you can maneuver the cap and all that fun stuff, but he's playing so well that he's going to want to get paid. And I think it's only fair that he gets paid. So there's going to be a team that will offer him more than the Bears can sign him for. And it's like, go and get your money, my boy. You can't be mad at it. The season that he's putting on tape, this is contract year. He's a free agent. We can't afford that.
That's what things get sticky.
What I see, the way Ben Johnson is, a lot of players gonna want to come play for the Bears with little money because they see they got a winning coach. They're gonna want to play for him. Everybody gonna want to come because they see what he's doing.
Terrence is saying big things.
This just turned into a much more attractive place all of a sudden. I mean, it was attractive in the first place, in my opinion, for a lot of different reasons, but it just became ultra attractive under the circumstances. Yeah. And I think Scrolls, who just said that. Scrolls says apparently Tyreek Hill wants to be a Bear now. If he's healthy, he's better than any wide receiver on the roster. I'd much rather give $25 million to him than DJ. Yeah, Scrolls is on that anti-DJ shit. Now you own that shit. You own that shit, but I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you here, Scrolls, because Tyreek. Only reason I'm gonna shoot that down, Scrolls, is because right now Caleb Williams, his deep ball struggles like black folks in the 60s, bro. And Tyreek is a deep ball catcher. Just saying.
Well, so here's the okay.
What up, Damon?
You can't just say nah to that. Like, I'm gonna say no too, but like with very specific reasons as well. That's a good reason, but the flip side to your reason is even if he ain't getting the ball, he's taking the defense with him. You know what I'm saying? He's clearing out at least. Generally, 2 guys are going deep with Tyreek Hill, and then the rest of the wide receivers can work magic elsewhere. So even then, it's not a bad move. But where it's a bad move is just the way that they've restructured DJ twice now. This is a second restructuring. I don't know if you can actually effectively let him go.
I wouldn't let him go. I'll see if he want to work his contract down and give him more guaranteed money. Work 2 years to get rid of him. You got the wide receivers, keep them, man. We got some weapons, man. And it's just as Caleb Williams in the first year of this offense. Next year gonna be some problems in the offense. And they steadily adding in every day. You see different plays, man. When they ran Friday, man, they showed me something, man. And then I seen what Carolina did to the Rams. Man, I'm not scared of nobody, man. I'm really not.
You know what, man? Really also with the DJ thing, the last couple of games, it feels like they just a hair off. They're getting there. Whatever it is between them, whatever it is, I think they're getting there. And I was telling kids this privately and Trips, I think. I might have said it live on the show. I think DJ is poised for a bomb-ass end run of the season. because I think they're starting to connect. I think they're starting to feel each other a little bit. And that's just going to add to the problems that we giving everybody.
Well, I hope you're right on that one.
Before you say that, kids, just think of how many balls that he threw to DJ that like flat out misses. Brother, just think of how bad we could have kicked teams' ass if he'd hit some of those DJ shots.
I know.
Right. Yeah.
But that's
no, man, you want something.
That's my problem with Caleb, though. Caleb needs to, and Ryan Fitzmagic was talking about it this past game. He's got to get his feet right. And I just don't see, like, that's muscle memory shit. I just don't see it happening in season. I see him really getting focused on that once the season ends and making, spending the rest of the off season, getting it right and coming back in 2026 with his feet in place, ready to go. That's just me. That's the way, like, he can continue to work on it in season. Maybe he gets it ready for by the time the Super Bowl's around, and or NFC Championship if we make it that far. But that's my thoughts, and I think that's why he's airmailing DJ. I don't think it's a chemistry thing anymore. Last year it was a chemistry thing. Now he's actually starting to go through his progressions and target who's available. I'm seeing that, and I'm pleased by it. It's just, when he sees those guys, he might, it might. Yeah.
The only problem I have is get out of that gun. Run the ball. When we went to pass, and we really didn't have to pass. We could just straight run the ball like we've been running. And just like play Green Bay. Control the clock is to run the football. I'm running it down there because they can't do nothing. They big man got traded to the Dallas Cowboys, so they can't stop. I seen something on Detroit. Detroit they beat themselves. Detroit could have won that game.
So the thing about that game is that Ross St. Brown got hurt, and at the end of that game, this is why Detroit lost. At the end of that game, Devontae Wyatt went down. But it was until the end of the game. So Devontae Wyatt is their other big boy as far as the Packers are concerned. So we're going into Lambeau with one of the one of the top, let's just say top 10, if not top 5 rushing offenses in the league. And just like you said, they traded Rashawn Gary, and now Devontae Wyatt is gone. They're going to really have to focus on Micah Parsons getting to Caleb Williams back here. Well, if we ain't passing, he's not like the best rush defender, right? He's not a great run defender.
Part some into that conversation.
You can.
Don't get too happy about Devontae Wyatt not being there. One of the things I said this offseason, I've been studying the Packers. I watch everything they fucking do because it's important that I do. They drafted very well along their defensive line. So watch out for a guy named Kobe Wooden. Just going to tell you right now, they got some nice backups. Nice depth on that defensive line. I'm not saying he's Devontae Wyatt. He's a stalwart because they got rid of Kenny Clark to play him more so that he can become that guy and he start becoming that guy. But they got another guy. They've been drafting that D-line. Well, this is why they were able to make that trade for Micah Parsons, because they drafted defense very well, which is what their weakness was. They've always drafted offense very well. You know how the Packers are. They're going to draft quarterbacks well. They draft receivers pretty well too. But the defensive front,
I still not sold on
them. They get better as the season goes on, man. Do not underestimate them, bro. I'm just telling you right now. Do not underestimate the Packers.
Man, we're gonna bust them in the mouth. Our offensive line gonna smash them.
You're damn straight.
This gonna be the game that we put it all together. He said we're gonna be playing our best ball in December, right? And that's what he said. December and January.
That is what he said. The destroyer of narrative.
And the way they went in there and punched the Eagles. And their defense is better than Green Bay's. because they beat Green Bay, right? We the only
Yes,
team in
they
the
did beat
division that
Green
beat.
Bay. That's right. That's
We
right,
we
Terrence.
we, we the only team in the division that beat the Eagles.
You tell them, Terrence.
Hey,
Eagles beat Green Bay,
hey man,
right?
in order to
Right.
beat your opponent, in order to beat your opponent and dominate them, you first have to respect them.
Yo, I gotta pause everybody because Dobbsy is where my brain has been for this past weekend. Dobbsy 34, thank you for this one. Oh hell yeah, y'all! Um, professional public service announcement: the Pro Bowl voting has opened up. Go vote for our guys because nationally we get ignored. So I went in there. I definitely made my Pro Bowl votes. You should too. You have up to 6 votes. Again, I mean you can vote 6 times over. Go make sure these Bears make the Pro Bowl. We should have a Joe Tooney. Like, and I'll put the names out there now. Joe Tooney should make the Pro Bowl. Why? Because you don't hear his name. Darnell Wright should make the Pro Bowl because you do, and it's just because he's pancaking fools.
Pancake.
Deshaun Wright, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Why not give the young man some respect? Put some respect on Shawnee's name. Put some respect on Kevin Byard's name. Damn, you know what I'm saying? I would say put some respect on Tremaine Edmonds because he was the guy I was really going in there to vote for. Unfortunately, because he's on IR, he's not on the list. It sucks, I know, but to that degree, get out there, go give your Bears some love. You damn straight. You know what I'm saying? Folks are going to ignore us, league wide, man. Get your Pro Bowl votes in.
Ultimate man, I just wanted to put this out to you, man. No, it ain't got nothing to do with me being scared of the Green Bay Packers. I'm just the ultimate competitor, baby. In order to compete, when you get to the highest level, you better learn how to respect your opponent. From what I know, you better learn how to respect your opponent. Because if you don't, if you go in there cocky and the Bears are on a winning streak, now I do 110% believe, and I know the Bears they're gonna kick their ass if everything goes right. But you better respect your opponent. You go in there cocky, you get your ass kicked. That's just how it works.
I'm gonna flip what you're saying because I don't hear anything except for cockiness coming out of the Packers.
I'm just talking to American male, and
I know who you're talking to. I know I've seen his chat. I know what he's saying. I'm talking about the Packers now. All I'm hearing is how the Bears ain't worthy and how we shouldn't be in this position and who we beat from the Packers' mouths, right? From the Packers fans' mouths. So I think we need to come in here as the number 1 seed in the NFL with a little bit of, you know what I mean? Put some respect on our effing name this time around. We need to come in the door, not cocky, but confident. You dig?
There's a difference between the two.
There is.
Okay, no man says and X. One the Philadelphia Eagles favorite 7.5 points.
They were.
Brother, I messed up, man. I made a parlay out of that. I should have just went straight up Bears over Eagles because
I got Green Bay.
I knew we were winning that game. Ain't no two ways about it.
Well, let me turn the conversation to where it needs to go to. Shout out to Crimson who just jumped in here, and everybody who just jumped in here. I guess as soon as kids told me to turn off the subscribers only. Who let the dogs out? Everybody jumped up in here. But let's turn the conversation to Green Bay because I promised these guys we were going to get in and out in about an hour and a half, and let's stay true to that. Let's get right to it. Now the matchup between us and the Packers. I believe 110% we got everything it takes to beat these guys. And here's the biggest thing in this game, and I think this is the truth. Who has the better group of linebackers is going to win this game? If our linebackers continue to overperform, and I feel like TJ might have a chance to get back this week, and that's going to help. I think Tremaine's on IR. Am I right, Trips?
Yeah,
he is.
So we ain't gonna have Tremaine. We got a chance to get TJ back, and that will help us big time. Because what the Packers like to do, and it just comes from the study, is they really like to work your front 7 and get your front 7 committing and really, really getting committed to the run, and then they want to try to take the top off you. and they will take 2 to 3 shots in the game. Jordan Love will give you 2 to 3, maybe even 4 long shots in the game. I think because of Kevin Byard and his performance so far, I think they're going to redevise that strategy. And they're going to start working the flats. They're going to try to work the seam areas with the tight ends. And that's going to be, I've been saying this for 2 weeks straight since we've been dealing with these linebackers that we have, these backup linebackers. They're not going to believe everything they've seen on tape, that these guys can really get the job done. And they're going to take it to our linebackers. They're going to make them cover. They're going to stretch them horizontally. And so it's going to be the game of linebackers. I'm telling you guys right now, we beat the Green Bay Packers. The linebackers have to put up similar or better performance than they did last week.
Well,
that makes
It's not what I want to hear.
So what about their linebackers stopping our run? We control the clock by running the football. Keep Green Bay on the sideline. That's what's going to happen. We got identity. Identity was shown Friday.
I like
it
that.
Came out party Friday. So Green Bay better pay attention. They're gonna get hit in the mouth.
Well, now remember, don't sleep that Matt LaFleur hasn't been stewing over this since all the Ben Johnson's comments. You know that's a personal thing on the head coaching level.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You remember those comments, kids?
Yeah.
TDW?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, he took his shots. He knew where he was aimed at.
I hear you, American Male. You scored 31 points and put a bow on the shit. You can just dog them.
Well, that's easy to say. It's much harder to do. And I'm looking at this chat. The chat above American Male is the one that's of the most interest to me. And that's Green Bay just watched. This is Smitty Q. Green Bay just watched the Bears run all over the Eagles. They're going to load the box. This is a Caleb 300 plus yards and 4 touchdown game.
Yeah, they're going to dare him to throw.
They're definitely going to dare Caleb Williams to throw the football. They're going to make him play quarterback as they've done to Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields in the past. We're going to have to find out. Well, I'm with you, Terrence. I'm with you, and I'm worried about that as a potential prospect. And when I say I'm worried about it, it's actually less to do with Caleb Williams. It's more to do with Ben Johnson. Ben wants to beat him in the air. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that with all my heart. I know Ben Johnson wants to beat the hell. He wanted to beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the air until he kind of had to calm down. Right, I was sitting here watching the game with these boys. I had to put my head down and shut up because if I didn't, I would have been screaming, "Run the damn football!" is what I would have been screaming.
You know what?
What the weapon is going to be?
I know.
I think we're poised to actually do just that. I be honest with you, I because I wanted to give up the mic and let other people talk. I was giving you a little preview of what how I see this game playing out. And I do think it's a matchup of the linebackers. That point being said, I do think we can torch the fuck out of them offensively in the air. I do think that. And it's a lot of people that be like, hey, like Terrence saying, why do that? And you can just run the ball on them. Everybody in the world knows that the Bears are going to run the ball against the Packers. The Packers are going to do things to try to stop that and pack up the box and going to make you have to torch them. My thing is, you talk shit like Tripp said, talking to a coach like that or talking about a coach like that, you better be willing to back it up. Now you're going to have to put the foot on the gas and torch the shit out of them and embarrass them. So when we beat the Packers, you're going to have to dog walk these motherfuckers. Just telling you right now, and that aerial attack is going to have to work this week.
So I'm a layer in here now. So I don't think they have the dogs to prevent our ability to rush on the right side. Mike is coming through against Ozzy on the blind side. We know that. I don't think they have the dogs to stop Darnell Wright and Jonah Jackson and the run game. I have to put that out there. I think we eat on that right side all day long. I also think you're right, no man. I don't know if they have the dogs in the secondary to really manage what we could potentially do in the air.
They don't.
So You know, it's really just a question in that case of Caleb being calm, cool, Iceman, collected, and getting the job done when the job needs to be done. That linebacker situation, like I said, it scares me a little bit because I know how they go to market, man. They go to market with a lot of crossers. They love crossers, and they're gonna make these linebackers run. What's kind of cool, or at least was cool this week, was they're layering in 35 in there, right? They got a corner kind of doubling as a linebacker. Not, he's not a linebacker, but he's doing the role. So I'm kind of interested in, man, like how the hell did we get to the part where CJ Gardner-Johnson is the Chicago Bears X factor out of nowhere? Like I didn't really see this coming.
Because you don't listen to Nomad, man.
I listen to you every week. I'm on the show with you 3 times a week.
Listen to me, but you don't listen.
Oh man, I'm just saying. I hated this as an idea. I don't like this guy, but I'm starting to like this guy because he's exactly the asshole this team needs. He is.
We gotta let Terrence talk a little bit, man. This is. Hey, I told you, Terrence. We some big mouths, man. It's hard to talk around here.
No, man. I love you guys, man. Hey, go ahead, talk. I'm learning about listening to y'all from what I see. I'm tired of everybody disrespecting us. No longer, we're not the same Bears no more. We ain't got them lame ducks, shoe salesman coaches no more. We got a real coach, and you think he ain't sitting up there telling his team in the locker room that we get disrespected, the favorite 6.5 points, Green Bay, and go in and punch Green Bay. You got the number 1 seed. Everything I go through Chicago, it's in our hands. We control it. We control it whether we win or lose. We win, put the pressure. We win. That's gonna knock Green Bay down there with Detroit at, and then you got all them Seattle and all that. We get the number 1 seed all the way through the playoff. We going to the Super Bowl. You hearing from Terrence on No Man's show. They going to the Super Bowl. Rams don't scare me. Seattle don't scare me. Tampa Bay don't scare me. Carolina don't scare me. Dallas, none of them. None of them scare me. We can go in there. We beat Green Bay the last game of the year last year, right? We ain't had near as the team we got now.
Terrence, man, let me tell you something. I was just looking at. I got a big, huge grease board on there with all the games on the schedule. I got it all laid out. Nice ass looking thing. It's nice up there. My girlfriend got it for me. But I'm looking at the schedule the other day, and I was a little vexed coming into. Now there's one game on this motherfucker that does kind of spooked me a little bit, and it's a game after the Packers. That's the Browns, because you got 95 on the other side, and they got a ferocious fucking defensive front, and that kind of front can fuck up everything you want to do offensively. They got a nice front, man. You can say what you want, but I'm telling you, that defense is fucking tough. The defense is tough. Now you can get on them if you got the right play calls, but that's the I'm worried more about them than I am the Packers, bro. And they got a sucky record. That's because I know how the Browns are constructed. That defense can tear your ass apart.
Oh, Cleveland?
Oh, fuck yeah.
What's that to worry about Cleveland? What are you worried about now?
I'm telling you, it's about matchups, bro. Matchups, styles make fights.
No, man, you ain't.
When it comes to a boxing match, you got to understand something. Styles make fights. Their style can combat what we do big time.
You're actually 1,000,000,000% right, and I'm gonna say this out loud as well. I won't be surprised if they do beat us, but that ain't the game. All we need to do, real talk, all we need to do is walk down what I say on Sunday. We need to go to Green Bay and whoop ass. We go to Green Bay and come out of that positive. When they come to Soldier, it'll be a bit of a different story. They're going to come into Soldier scared shitless. That's all I got to say about that. We can't afford to lose. We can in that scenario, we can afford to lose to the lowly Cleveland Browns. I also expect us to beat up on the San Francisco 49ers.
That ain't gonna happen. We're gonna run the table.
You know that guy got like 28 sacks in 2 years.
Who?
Miles
Miles Garrett? Man, I'm saying we can lose to that team. You're right. Like when you say Styles, what was the quote?
Miles
Styles
Garrett,
Styles
he on
make
the wrong
fights.
team.
Styles make fights.
Styles makes fight. Like I see what you're saying. Yes, they are a defense heavy team. They really are, and they can wreak a little bit of wreak a lot of havoc on what we have going on. And to that degree, hey, it's a trap game. Like who's saying in the Liberty Outlet? It's a trap game. So we lose a game. That's bound to happen in football. I'm willing to do that, but I am not willing to do
we're going
it.
to lose that game, kids. I'm saying that matchup.
It's a tough matchup.
That style of defense versus the Packers worry me less. They worry me less than the Browns do. I'm not saying that we won't win that game. I'm just telling you the matchup. I'm like, okay, you gotta make sure you dial the fuck in Ben Johnson as a play caller and make sure you got some easy gimmies for Caleb to keep the offense moving because this defense can get on you. And when they start getting on you, they can rattle you. And then next thing you know, everything's out of whack. That's just the way football is. You run into a team that got a sucky record, but a great defense, which they have. That team can really that can put a wrench in your damn gears, bro.
Man, like I said,
I'm still not scared, no man. What I could say, we can stop all that, no huddle offense and run the football.
I'm with you.
So they won't get their defense time to set.
I'm with you, MJ Black. He says this is another Vikings game, but their offense is worse. True. Caleb will do quick passes, quick game and we will run. That's the best thing you can do against them.
Yeah.
Quick game and run the ball.
And run it in the opposite direction. Again, you utilize that right side. There's a means to beat the Cleveland Browns as well. But again, style versus style, I can see what Nomad is saying here. It's probably the one football team that I'm kind of like, I can see how Myles Garrett might wreak a little bit of havoc and how this defense might put us on our heels in a situation up against them. Outside of that game, bro, I don't know. I don't necessarily have any fear with respect to the remaining games that we have coming up. Maybe a little bit of like the Lions part 2 going to be a real good football game, man. I'm just saying Lions 2.0, that's a football game for sure. But man, I think this team can walk up in the Lambeau Field and dookie on the big G in the center. That's what I'm saying.
Boo boo.
And if they do,
boobity pop.
Well, we got 8 minutes, man, before we get ready to get out of here. Unless y'all want to go a couple of extra minutes longer, we can.
8 minutes is good.
You was gonna say that.
I'm wilding out.
Let me start this last thing about the Packers conversation. The Packers do not worry me. The Packers I respect because the Packers drafted well, and you should respect your opponent. Don't mistake what I'm saying for worrying about the Packers. I 110% believe we're gonna beat the shit out of them, but I don't want people to just think because we're rolling right now that's just an easy victim. It's a division game, and if you watch enough football, you know, anytime you got divisional rivalries and shit going on, that game can go either fucking way. I've seen a dog-ass Patriots team run against a shit fucking Jets team in any fucking year, and the Patriots get their ass kicked because it's a division rivalry. Don't forget that, y'all. And that's about the best I'm gonna tell y'all there. Just remember, it's a rivalry. Everything is on the line, and it's about reputation. It's about fucking pride. And don't forget that, because that makes up a large part of what the fight is going to be all about. Go ahead, Trip.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Any given Sunday or Monday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday in the playoffs, any team could, beat another. They all practice, they're all professionals. So it just has to be a keep your shit wired tight, kind of thing. Don't get too high in your own supply, reading your own press clippings. And it's like, yeah, we need that respect. Show us our respect. Give us our love. It's like, nah, fuck all that. Just, keep doing what you've been doing and look forward to beating the next team on the schedule. And then the next one after that, and the next one after that. Every team is going to have their own individual challenges, whether it be specific players, whether it be scheme, or whether it be both. It's whatever. Because we want this team, we want our Bears to be the best, and that means you got to beat the best. And full health or next man up. Good weather, bad weather, whatever the case may be. You want to get to the pinnacle of the league. You just got to win with whoever's on the schedule, easy, hard, tough, or whatever the case may be. So let's fucking go and FGB.
Yes, sir. You had to put the Ric Flair down. I love it. I'll sort of round it out with this, man. I want. 2 weeks ago, I said y'all need to believe, and if this team walked into Philadelphia and ate the Eagles' lunch, that was your cue. Now you got to believe, y'all. So it's that time. It's belief time now. It's time that we put that on our shoulders, and to double it down, we are now the number 1 seed in the NFC. We've shown, this team is showing you everything they need to show you. You know exactly who they are, and they have every interest in walking up into Lambeau and eating cheese all effing day. So I'm gonna buy me a brick of cheddar. I hope y'all do too, and I will be snacking on grilled cheese all bloody Sunday. I hope you can join me next week. Bear down. Terrence.
My thing, brothers, all I want to see is DA take away Dotson and Watson. You take away them, Green Bay can't do nothing. All I want to see is Bears control the clock, run the football. Especially if the weather permits for you to pass and run the football, because Green Bay gonna come start a run. Then they're gonna try to open the pass. I'm not sold on Love. Detroit didn't put no pressure on him. I'm not sold. He gonna throw 2 interceptions. We gonna get a pick 6. It's coming. We're gonna get a pick 6. And this time is I'm gonna go out of the limb. It's gonna be CJ gonna do a PJ. He gonna have a pick 6. It's coming.
All right.
It's coming. I picked the Bears to win 31-10. 31-10.
All right now, Steady Servant. All right now. Y'all check Steady Servant out on @SteadyServant. ServeNet. Steady Servant. Did I say that right? Steady Servant. Y'all check him out. But man, listen. Let me get this out the way first. Make sure y'all come check us out. Come Wednesday, you know what we do around here on some extra sauce for all the Bears lovers out there. This is going to be probably the best show, in my opinion, that we've done so far on the show, man, because last show we did, man, it was a pretty good, of course we're going to do Bears on that show. We're going to do a whole bunch of other stuff. We did Doomsday Preppers. We're going to do all kinds of, this one, I got a plan for this one that I'm going to talk to the boys about. And man, I think we're going to, this one's going to be good. This one's going to be pretty good. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, now would be a good time to do the free thing, and that's hit the subscribe button. Also, the other free thing is hitting the like button while you're watching the show right now. It's absolutely free, and subscribing to the channel is absolutely free. Please don't be one of them people that use the subscribe as a weapon. Just support what we do over here, man. It's great content. I know you guys enjoy it, and we enjoy having you guys here and part of the community. And man, listen, maybe we'll do some more free shows where we don't do just subscribers only, man, because I love the interaction with you guys, man. And all these new people jumping into the show tonight was great. But make sure you're here at 8 p.m. Central on Wednesday night, because that's going to be a great show. But before that, we have some extra sauce. I mean, not some extra sauce, but Kez the Canuck on Kez Canuck's channel on Superflex. I don't know if you promoted that, Kez. You want to give a shout out to that?
Why effing not? Look, Tuesday, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. By all means, come check me out, Keds the Canuck. We are going to chop it up on some fantasy football, give you guys some good looks on who to start, who to sit, who's on the waiver wire, what injury case scenario looks like in the NFL for your last couple of weeks. Me and my guy D Nice, who was out there in the chat. Big shout out to D Nice. Big shout out to Samo, who's also in the league and in the chat. Big shout out to Crimson as well, Joseph Archer, King Booker World. All of us are all in there doing the darn thing. There's many more. And again, thank you guys all for y'all participation. Again, Tuesday, come check us out. We'll do the darn thing, and hopefully you will enjoy it. And then we're back here for some extra sauce on Wednesday. Talking God knows what. Definitely some Chicago Bears, but there will likely be some food, drink, and anything else you can think.
That's 8 p.m. Central. Thank you for that. And I want to challenge some people here tonight to come and jump in with us on Tuesday night. I'm likely just going to be producing, but I will be there commentating, chatting about what's going on this week. Sure there's going to be a Bears conversation going on within Superflex, but it's not a Bears show. It's about fantasy football. So if you want an opportunity to get in here and get you a parlay, get you some money going on, these guys do a pretty good job at identifying some of that stuff for you. You want to catch a quick buck. It's a good show to jump into, man, because the three minds that we have, even though I'm producing, I might jump in and give you a tip or two, but it's a great show to get so you can have an opportunity to get you some money, man. I think that 110% D Nice and Kids do a good job of identifying opportunities for you guys. So jump into that show Tuesday night as a challenge, man. Just jump in there and say hi if you do nothing else, but jump into that show Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Central, man. Looking forward to seeing you all. But I want to say, great show, man. I enjoyed the content, Terrence, man. We're gonna get you in here. We're gonna try to slide you in here the best we can, maybe on some post game moving forward or something like that, man. But we'll get you in here as often as we can. I'm sorry that I got the invite to you a little bit late, but I had a long weekend, man. Bro. I had a long weekend. Just know I love you, bro. I love you, bro, for loving us, man, and just wanting to be here with us, man. I love you for that, bro. And I think I speak for everybody.
I know it's Thanksgiving weekend. I understand. I know. I've been on the move. I had just got in myself.
Yeah.
It's just been a busy holiday. It's busy, man. I've been so excited, man. The Bears, man, they showed me something Friday. I'm like, man, I'm tired of everybody kept on saying we ain't played nobody. Now all these broad boys and want to have clicks and splits and all that type of stuff. And Bears just ain't getting no credit. We play the same team that Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota playing. Maybe one team different, everybody playing. We play 49ers. It's a difference. Everybody plays somebody different, but we playing the same teams other than that. And then they talking about bringing 18 more games, so it's gonna really bring more harder. I'm just tired of not getting no respect, brothers. What was gonna take us to go and sweep Green Bay?
No respect at all.
No respect.
Take my wife, please.
And they still got the Bears 78% of making the playoff. Green Bay's 86. Detroit still up
now, y'all. Get your bets in now. You know what it is.
You know what though, Terrence, man? This is
get
what
that money, y'all.
We got to get out of here, man, because I'm gonna leave it here. One of the things I told Kids, I told Trips, and we was into a point where people were upset about how the game was being called, the analysts, and I'm doing the show with these guys live, and I'm listening to them, and I'm feeling the chat. Everybody's just like, man, this is some bullshit, and we ain't getting the love. We got to get treated like that. And what I told them was, given the circumstances we put ourselves in as an organization, by constantly being a perennial loser, this is what comes with it, residue. And people started to treat you like that. And now what we're doing is chipping and chiseling off the residue and welcoming the smoke now. I don't hear a whole lot of people talking all that shit no more. You know what I mean? But that's what winning does for you. It gets away. You cut right on through that shit like a Ginsu knife. You cut right through all of that. And you get right to the nitty gritty and just like talk that shit now, which is where we are right now. Talk that shit now. And whether or not we getting the respect on percentages, excuse me, analytics, and what Vegas is saying about what this team is don't fucking matter anyway. I hope they keep doubting us. As a matter of fact, I hope they keep talking shit. As a matter of fact, keep talking all that shit. I want them to, because I think we got something for them. That's just my thoughts. But I want to say thank you guys for being here one more time, man. Keep on coming. Keep the community live and vibrant. We love you all, and I appreciate you all to the end, man. I want to leave you guys with these famous words.
Number one in the NFC. Oh, not those ones?
Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.